I ain't no shit.
I ain't no shit.
Uh,
I ain't no shit. Ike, I'm
I see
chilling,
you
man.
tuck.
I see what's going on. No, I ain't tucked. I'm
No,
outside
you ain't
though.
outside. You in the crib.
I'm in somebody's crib, but
I just been
I'm
outside all
outside.
day, bro.
Whoever rocking with them, fuck you talking about? Stupid. Niggas got up close, hit folks in his leg, we call that missing. Niggas got hit in they, we ain't gotta do no distance, nigga. Yeah, I know it, but I know. Fuck you talking about? I know.
Cross me, he gon' need God. Run up on four shits and hit they block, but they ain't out there. We don't never see them. Bitch, my 405 wanna meet them. We get right with them. Ask the little limping one. It was hard trying to get that hot off prison. AIP, Drake, Glizzy, TP was out bumping. They had to burn that bitch. Blood was all inside and we had his.
Respect Bayzoo. Did you respect him?
No, I didn't really respect him. He ain't really did respect. Like I say, I respect that. Before he passed, he was like, we was talking this week, hollering about pushing the peace time. We supposed to be get better. I respect like that part about it, but like streetwise, like no, I don't respect what he did. He done did we respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen you walking and passing out jerk plates and stuff. I'm like, oh, he on some positive stuff. So y'all supposed to got together and did something positive like that before he died?
No, we weren't like gonna be together. We just gonna like have an understanding that we wasn't gonna go down there, they wasn't gonna come out here. We was like the war was
Before Lil Durk was a platinum artist, before OTF was a movement, before any of the money, the fame, the stadium tours, there was a name that gave the young Durk his credibility on the south side of Chicago. That name was Bayzoo, THF Bayzoo, the enforcer of the trigger-happy family. A man that even rival gangs, the people who wanted him dead, describe with a strange kind of respect. One of the most feared and most followed street figures Kenwood ever produced. When Durk was coming up, being tied to Bayzoo meant something. It was a stamp. It said this young rapper is not just talking, he is connected to the real thing. He is still alive, in a war that has buried teenagers for 15 straight years, in a rivalry considered the bloodiest in Chicago drill history. The man at the very center of THF's most violent chapter survived all of it. He beat a murder charge as a teenager. He buried his own little brother with his own hands. He was accused of some of the most notorious killings in the war. And he walked through every bit of it and came out the other side. This is the story of the man who made Lil Durk before Lil Durk made himself.
Hungry, so you know it's time to chow down. White rocks, green weed, all we blow is loud now. 30 shot, 40, bitch, I'm known for knocking crowds down. If a nigga in the way, I'ma let the lemon spray. Get this bitch cracking like Will on Independence Day. I let the chopper hit you, best can't stop the missiles. Leave a motherfucker full of lead like a box of.
Let's start from the beginning. To understand Bayzoo, you have to understand that THF is not just a gang, the name says it. Family, Kenwood, the near South Side, 46th and Woodlawn, one of the most affluent neighborhoods Chicago ever built. Elegant mansions, luxury high-rises, the neighborhood that housed Barack Obama as a senator, less than a mile from the corner Bayzoo ran. Beautiful on the surface, a war underneath. The set started decades ago as 46 Lawn, founded by two brothers in the late 1960s. And its founding rule was unusual. It did not matter what gang you claimed. Black disciples, gangster disciples, vice lords, stones. If you were from 46, you were family first. That blood in principle is the thing that made THF so hard to break. You were not joining an organization. You were being born into a bloodline. Bayzoo came up inside that. He wasn't an outsider who earned his way in. He was one of the pillars the modern version of the set was built on. By the time the name evolved into the Trigger Happy family around 2011, Bayzoo was already one of the faces of it. respected, feared, and central to everything that happened next. And everything that happened next was a lot. The first charge. Bayzoo is a teenager, and he catches a body charge. A man named Dominic Barnes is killed, and Bayzoo is charged with the murder. This is the moment that could have ended the entire story before it started. A teenage kid from Kenwood, facing decades in prison, before drill even existed, before Durk was anybody. He beat it. The case did not stick. Bayzoo walked. And in the street, beating a murder charge that young does not just get you your freedom back, it builds a mythology around you. It tells everyone watching that this is someone the system tried to bury and couldn't. That reputation, the one that says Bayzoo is untouchable, starts right here, in a courtroom, when he was barely old enough to drive. That is the foundation. A young man who the state believed was a killer at a teenage age, and who walked out anyway. Everything Durk and the rest of the young generation saw in Bayzoo after that was filtered through this fact. He had already stared down the worst the system could offer and won. May 2011. And this is the wound that never closed. Bayzoo's little brother Gudda was 17 years old, a respected young member inside the 4624 building, the Ellis Tower high-rise the set was partly named after. And Gudda died inside that building, not from an op, not in the war. By the account in the story, Gudda pointed a gun he believed was unloaded at his own head and pulled the trigger. It was not empty. Bayzoo had to prepare his own little brother's body for burial by hand. Sit with that. Not a stranger, not an enemy. His baby brother, 17 years old, dead by accident, and Bayzoo is the one who has to physically handle the body. There is no revenge to take, no op to go find, no name to add to a song. Just a grief with nowhere to point. THF renamed the hood Gutter World in his memory.
Man, 051 is extinct, nigga. Ain't no 051 make us extinct, nigga. Y'all wouldn't even know 051 if it wasn't for us, man. They know that and y'all know that. Bitch, we made the world famous. Fuck you talking about. I ain't gonna say too much on this live though, man. Y'all know what's up with us. 051 is no longer. They got all goofies now. No longer.
No longer.
Fuck you talking about.
Hey, bitch, shut they Trump and sit it down.
They not accepting it.
They got hit on
Free all them sixes though, man. For them, man. I got a lot of homies gone right now, man. Doing calendars. Free them sixes. They trying to get Zoo out the way. They say he'll keep out here.
But a renamed block does not fix what that does to a person. Every account of Bayzoo after this describes a harder man. The war he fought after 2011 was fought by someone who had already lost the most personal thing he had, in the most senseless way possible, with nobody to blame. That is the engine underneath everything Bayzoo did next. The Enforcer. After Gudda, Bayzoo becomes what the streets remember him as. The Enforcer. As Chicago drill exploded worldwide and THF's war with Aero 51 Young Money accelerated, Bayzoo's name attached itself to the biggest moments in that war. The most notorious is the death of Big A. Big A was a feared 05D1 shooter, a woman tied to the assassination of the 600 rapper La Capone in an alley behind a studio in 2013. A month after La Capone died, Big A herself was shot dead at a gas station. And by the account in this story, Bayzoo allegedly confessed to a family member that he was the one who did it, shooting her through the fence. That single event tells you Bayzoo's role. He was not a rapper first who happened to bang. He was the real thing that the rappers orbited around. When the war needed an answer, Bayzoo was one of the names that delivered it.
So you like a mechanic, folks. They say you like a mechanic.
Nah, they called you a firefighter, folks.
That's cool. That's cool. That joke funny to you?
Nah,
Hold on. Why your head like a dildo? Dildo head ass out here. You want
Hey,
to so
Ski.
early in the morning, I'll bake your ass. Oh,
What
yeah.
you on, Blood? What you on
On
with me?
God,
I
like, get on there with your ass. That was a firefighter, not even funny. You just want to kick it. Just say you want to kick it.
Hey, Blood. Hey, Blood. I just wanna watch your live. I don't even want to be on this.
Watch out. Stop trying to kick it. Kneecap head ass.
I'm
So from there.
get your
Hit you like a
somebody's
real
son looking
dog.
at.
I'm Himzel Washington.
Hey, Blood.
I'm about 5'5".
Hey, Blood.
You ain't
Throw
even
the coat.
you ain't even
Throw,
peep the swag, low down. You hear me? Bob the builder with the jumpsuit and high top Tims. Look, high top Tims. I got my yellow helmet on.
all right, take
Nigga,
that. Take
watch
no.
out, man. With your Mexican dressing.
No,
Stop playing with me, for I take you.
no, Blood.
Go get every pair of pants you got. I bet you bitches fall off your ass. No homo without a belt. Big pants, man.
Hey, Blood. Hey, Blood, you get old, folks.
I know all that.
Hey, y'all
All that.
can't
Matter of
mind them.
fact,
Folks
I'm
got
gonna post this
dementia.
picture while we on live. Watch this. You wanna play?
I quit. I quit.
Don't run now. Don't run now. What y'all on, man? They got Chicago Prime Chasers watching you.
Yeah, what's up, baby? What's up, baby? What's going on, baby? Hey, boo. How you doing, man? Hey, Tay, what's up, baby? What's going on, baby? No in, right, fam? That's right, baby. 46 crazy, baby.
And you got that mafia too. That come out here. I quit. I'm in the car with T-Ball. Sick. I had like Hey, come on, you watch slow. This motherfucker got a payphone ringtone, Joe. Oh, seen it all, man. Go. Man, put it on the motherfucking wall, Joe. Real talk, man. Joe punk us on the wall. See, we got a payphone ringtone, man. Yo,
Hey, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Love, baby. Love.
His reputation was not built on songs. It was built on the belief, across the entire South Side, that he was one of the most active and most dangerous men in the whole conflict, and it made him a permanent target. Every death attributed to Bayzoo became a reason for someone on the other side to come looking. The Get Back chain. Here is how the war repaid him. It came for the people around him. In 2016, THF Rahim, barely a teenager, born directly into the gang as the son of a fallen member, was gunned down, leaving a chicken spot. And 051 member named Ario was charged with it. And the motive is where the whole disease of this war shows itself. Ario was Big A's little brother. He had been told that Bayzoo killed his sister. So when Ario allegedly killed Rahim, he was not striking at a random THF member. He was striking back down the chain, at Bayzoo's family, for a sister he believed Bayzoo took. A get back, for a get back, for a get back. Rahim died for Big A. Big A died for La Capone. La Capone died for the war before him. And Bayzoo sat at the center of that chain, watching people around him fall for things attributed to his own hands. That is the price of being the enforcer. You do not just carry your own risk. Everyone connected to you inherits it too. Now, the part that made Bayzoo's name travel past Chicago. Lil Durk. Before OTF was a national brand, before the platinum plaques, Durk was a young rapper on the South Side who needed the one thing you cannot fake in that world: real street credibility. And his association with THF and figures like Bayzoo was part of what gave it to him. The most talked about moment came in June 2013, Atlanta, outside the Varsity restaurant. Durk, King Von, and others were present when shots were fired and a man was wounded. That incident, and the names tied to it, are part of the lore that fused Durk's rising rap career to the reality of the streets he came from. It was proof the music was not an act. Bayzoo represented the generation and the world that made that credibility real. When people questioned whether these young rappers were actually about the life they described, Names like Bayzoo were the answer. He was the walking evidence, the genuine article the marketing was built on. Durk went on to become one of the biggest artists in the country. Bayzoo stayed what he always was, the real thing back home that the fame was originally borrowed from. Here is what separates Bayzoo from nearly every other name in this entire war. He lived. Think about the body count in this story. Zico, Quint, Gutter, Lil Tony, Hadia Pendleton, La Capone, Big A, Lil Mark, THF Chino, Raheem, TP, killed in front of his own daughter in 2024. 15 years of funerals, an entire neighborhood renamed after its dead. Zico World, Quint City, Gutter World. And through all of it, the man accused of standing at the center of THF's deadliest chapter is still here. He beat a murder charge as a teenager. He survived the drill era that killed almost everyone who rose with him. The enforcer outlived the war's most famous victims and most of its most famous shooters. That survival is its own kind of statement. In a world designed to bury men like him young, Bayzoo became the rarest thing it produces, an old head, a man who saw the beginning and is still standing to see whatever the end turns out to be. In the street, that longevity is a legend all by itself. Here is the full accounting of who Bayzoo actually is. Strip away the enforcer reputation and the mythology and the Durk Connection, and you are left with a specific human being. A kid from Kenwood who was charged with murder before he was old enough to fully understand the rest of his life. A big brother who had to bury his own 17-year-old sibling with his own hands for an accident, with nobody to blame and nowhere to send the grief. A man who then spent the next decade as the most targeted figure in the bloodiest gang war Chicago drill ever produced. Think about what that does to a person. Think about what it means that the thing which made him a legend, being the real, feared, untouchable enforcer, is the exact same thing that got the people around him killed. Raheem died because of what Bayzoo was accused of doing. That is the weight an enforcer actually carries, not just the lives he is said to have taken, the lives taken from him in return. And here is the hardest part. Every link in that chain made sense inside the logic of the war. Bayzoo did not invent the war with 051. He was born into a family that was already at war before he could read. The murder charge, the loss of Gutter, the accusations, the get-backs, each one followed logically from the one before it. The logic was never broken, it was whole. And a whole logic that turns a beautiful Kenwood neighborhood into a map of dead teenagers. That logic itself is the tragedy. Bayzoo made Lil Durk's credibility real before Durk made himself into a star. But Durk got to leave and become something new. Bayzoo stayed and became the memory of everyone who didn't. That is the difference between the two of them. And it is the whole story of what this life actually costs the ones who are too real to ever get out. We, the mob. Drop your verdict in the comments. Is a survivor like Bayzoo the winner of this war, or the man left to carry every single funeral it produced? Because how you answer that tells you everything about what you actually think surviving really means. Hit the like button, subscribe, and check the next documentary on your screen.